Good afternoon, it's Gary here again. Today's May the 3rd, so tomorrow is May the 4th, which is International Star Wars Day. So for us geeks, May the 4th be with you. Anyway, that's tomorrow. Look, just before I get started, get something off my chest. In my last video thingy, which is down there somewhere, my last video entry, I did make a comment off the cuff, I guess, that my sister was selling supplements, and that wasn't the intention of my train of thought. I actually got sidetracked a little, or should I say, just selling supplements, sort of belittling it, I guess. And I just need to apologise, firstly to her, because knowing the information I have, a lot of what she's doing is actually very valuable. She's involved in, or she has a business that is involved in selling products that probably don't fall into the category. Where I was going with that, it was the preamble to a comment that I didn't continue up the path. But the point I was going to make was that out there are just hundreds and whatever, thousands, billions, I don't know, of magic pills, magic potions, magic bullets that if you take this pill, you're going to lose 400 kilos. If you drink this potion, you're going to lose 40 years off your life and live to be 190 and all this. And when you start doing the research, at the end of the day, everything we need is in front of us. It's good, wholesome food, free from pesticides and free from all the nasties that the food industry and the genetic industry and the pesticides are all giving us. So the point I was going to make was you don't need magic pills and magic bullets and things like that. Yeah, we do need other things. And what my sister does is valuable. And some of the herbs and supplements and things that I'm buying, I've got a friend that buys turmeric, which is really good for inflammation, but it's also good, not like a cancer enemy, I guess, of cancers and a lot of other ailments. So there is a lot of value in a lot of stuff, and half of what I'm doing here is not I'm not asking for money. I'm not trying to sell anybody a magic pill. And if I ever do that, I want you to delete me. We're not going up that path. Yeah, so just an apology to you guys, as well as little sis, that there wasn't meant to be an implication of impropriety on her behalf, or that what she's doing is invaluable. Not what the intention was. But anyway, that brings me to today. I was, and I'm in the process of putting together a fairly, you're gonna see videos with little pictures and edited and diagrams and voiceovers and all sorts of stuff as this starts to get along. But my first intention was to talk about fluoridation of water, which I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it because that's for a later stage. But my intention today, or the reason I've logged in today, is I have to talk about some recent events. Now, I've done a bit of research. I've done a lot of research, and you've got to understand that when you do research, scientific process is an interesting thing. If I want my car serviced, I'm probably not going to go to a butcher. Is that correct? If I want my lawns mowed, I'm probably not going to go to the local supermarket looking for the manager of the fruit produce section to come and mow lawns. We need to consider that as part of the information process, you've got to actually read things by the right people. So if you want to know about poisons and things like that, you read toxicology studies. You don't read, something that's written by, I don't know, a dentist, for example. The Dental Association of South Australia, the ADA, Australian Dental Association's official view is that these things in our mouth, and I've got a few, fillings made from amalgam are safe. I don't know why they consider them safe, because toxicologists will tell you that they're not. Toxicologist, whose job it is to look at toxins. Dentist, whose job it is to fix your teeth. I'm not here to bag dentists. They do what basically they've been taught and what they understand. But my wife and I have both decided that we want to get our amalgams removed. Study after study after study, most of them in Europe, because we don't do a lot of stuff here. We just buy the studies that Americans do and believe them. But study after study in Europe, studies strong enough to make countries like Denmark ban amalgam. It's illegal. You can't use it in Denmark. Countries like Sweden and Finland and the other one that's up there, Norway, phasing them out. There are several other countries in Europe where you can't get amalgam fillings done because they've banned them, because they have decided, based on the evidence, based on their own reports, that the stuff is toxic. Now, why is it toxic? Well, amalgam fillings are made of primarily 4 metals in a mixture. So they're not chemically joined. They're in a mixture. So they're just squished together like Play-Doh. Yeah? Easiest way to explain it. The mixture is predominantly, the most common version of the mixture is mercury, tin, silver, and copper. Tin, silver, and copper, not entirely safe to the body, but okay. Mercury. Now, mercury is a heavy metal, not the good kind of heavy metal, not that kind of heavy metal. Mercury is a heavy metal that the problems are numerous, but it's a heavy metal that when it gets in the body, it causes problems with your blood, problems with your immune system. More importantly, problems with your neuro system. It causes brain damage. It causes motor neurons to misfire. It interferes with hormone production. Hormones are like chemical messengers. They're like little guys running around. The Paul Revere riding his horse, delivering messages from town to town. So that's what hormones do. Mercury interferes with all of this, and we all know stories. You've seen movies where the victim in a detective story takes mercury, is poisoned with mercury, and they die. Oh, mercury kills you. Yes, it does. And we're putting this in our body. Now, I've been searching for dentists who'll do it. I found a few, but they don't operate in the hours that are suitable for us. So I've started contacting other dentists saying, do you do it? Do you do it? Do you do it? On 5 phone calls, I had three admit to me that amalgam was probably not a good thing. They probably shouldn't be putting it in our mouths, but they weren't able to do it because you need special training because of how dangerous it is. What? I had another dentist, 4th dentist, say to me, it was actually the receptionist this time. I didn't get to speak to anyone properly, but the receptionist, who's a trained dental nurse, went to great lengths to try and explain to me that amalgam was safe and that the ADA had approved it and that they had, the latest research showed that the mercury in the amalgam is quite safe. And then I asked her if she could name reports, and she couldn't. And then I asked her where the information was available, and she didn't know. And then my third question was, are they written by toxicologists or are they written by dentists? And she said, well, it's a paper from the Australian it's a release from the Australian Dental Association. And I made the point, well, that's like going to your butcher to get your car serviced, isn't it? We're talking to the wrong person. So, she said, oh, you need to come and speak with dentists. They'll explain to you how safe it is. And then I made the point, I said to her, I've already spoken to 3 dentists, and they've admitted to me it may not be safe. But then here's the kicker. This is the one I really love. All right. The 5th one. The 5th one, I rang them and there was no one available to talk to me. But it is a dentist that does do amalgam removal. And but they don't like doing it if they can help it. So you're going to sound, I'm not talking, there are holistic dentists that would do it, but they don't operate when my wife is available to go and see them. So I'm looking for other dentists who don't advertise they do it. So I found another one. And this 5th one, I was directed to their website. So I went to their website, and on the website it said that if a filling is loose, they're happy to remove it. If there's cosmetic reasons, if it can be seen visually or something like that. So if it's loose, if it's cosmetic, saying they will do it. But they do not recommend the wholesale removal of amalgam, mercury fillings from the mouth. They don't recommend that you remove all of them. And here is the reason why. Apparently, it's a dangerous process. Apparently, mercury is a heavy metal and quite dangerous to the human body. This mercury that is dangerous to the human body, when they remove it, there are two problems. One is slurry. So what happens is when they're drilling, the slurry that comes out, they have to go to great lengths. They use what's called a mouth dam. They have to go to great lengths to stop the slurry from entering the human body. Because why? Because it's dangerous. And the other thing is that when the drill operates, it heats up. And as it heats up, some of the mercury will vaporize, and there's the possibility or the danger that you may breathe it in. So you need special drills, special cold drills, and you need special suction equipment to make sure that this dangerous substance that dentists are putting into our mouths doesn't get loose and into the body. Can anybody see the irony of that? Can anybody? Ironic. I rest my case.